looking into this shit, bro, because something ain't right. I didn't like that video. He wasn't my type. Remember, you wasn't my type. But when you successful, you everybody's fucking type. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they find out your potential. Now you everybody's type. Be careful with that shit, bro.
It's like you so caught up in being in love with this, bro. I don't even think this woman really loved you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what's keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though, but you gotta ask yourself them questions.
God gets ready to make you a great woman. You'll know he's gonna make you great by how you suffer.
Travis Hunter might be staring down bankruptcy before he even gets a real shot in the NFL. Word is, his wife, Leanna Linney, is demanding a jaw-dropping $40 million in their divorce. Almost a perfect match to the $46 million rookie contract he just inked with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, even with that $30 million signing bonus sitting in the bank, this is no pocket change situation. People are asking the big question, could this demand wipe him out before he ever steps on the field for his first pro game? The whispers turned into full-on chatter after Leanna posted a tearful video right in the middle of heavy online backlash. She didn't say why she was crying, but the timing had people connecting dots faster than ever. And once those dots started connecting, the internet began dissecting every single move this couple has made since day one. Before we even get into the divorce drama, you have to look at where they tied the knot. It wasn't in Georgia, and it wasn't in Florida. Nope. Leanna picked Chattanooga, Tennessee. On the surface, she told Travis it was all about the venue, but here's the detail that's got people talking nonstop. Tennessee is one of the few states where alimony can be awarded with no minimum marriage length, meaning a divorce could happen right after the vows and the spouse could still walk away with a fat payday. And here's the kicker. Travis didn't sign a prenup even after lawyers, NFL vets, and influencers were literally offering him one for free. Now you see why people are calling this the most expensive yes of his life.
They got married in Tennessee, where there is no time limit for a spouse to become eligible for alimony, as long as there's a financial need. Come to find out, it was her idea to get married in Tennessee because of this luxury venue.
But that's not the only thing making people side-eye this whole situation. The next red flag was sitting right there on her hand. Right after the Tennessee wedding choice came to light, fans zoomed in on Leanna's ring finger and noticed a tattoo, a bold dollar sign. Some said it was a nod to her love for Lil Wayne, but to others it looked like a billboard screaming, "Married for the money." One user even dropped the comment, "Bro's cooked and he doesn't even know it." Now, you can't tell me that's just some random coincidence. This whole theory didn't just fall from the sky, especially since Leanna has made comments in the past that had people questioning her intentions. Back in 2022, during a joint interview with Travis, she casually admitted he wasn't her type at first.
I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months, and then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends.
And no, she didn't mean looks. She doubled down, saying it was because he was younger and had cheated on a girlfriend before. And she wasn't joking. Those exact words had fans raising their eyebrows, wondering what was really going on. And just when people thought it couldn't get any more questionable, the next eyebrow-raising moment happened right in the public eye, caught crystal clear on camera, all while that old "not my type" clip was making the rounds again. Fans started digging and pulled up one of the most talked about moments in their whole relationship, the Heisman night. Travis was in the running for one of the biggest awards in college football, and the room was electric. Everyone around him jumped to their feet, except Leanna. She stayed seated until Coach Deion Sanders gave her a little nudge to stand up. That tiny moment became Exhibit A for the internet, and the clip has been replayed endlessly. It only took those few seconds for social media to light up with red flag posts, and before that fire even cooled off, another video hit just 2 days later. This time, it was at an Adidas event. Cameras caught Leanna looking visibly irritated while Travis was busy smiling and chatting with fans. And then came the line that had everyone talking. You can hear her clearly saying, "What do you want me to do? I'll just sit here." She didn't even try to mask it. Before long, both videos were side by side all over the internet. People said it wasn't just about her staying seated or looking annoyed. It was the whole vibe. like she was mentally checked out at moments where most partners would be hyping their spouse up. Leanna later tried to clear the air, claiming she didn't want to be in the shot during the Heisman ceremony and that she simply didn't know where to stand at the Adidas event, but the internet wasn't buying it. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get messier, fans dug up yet another moment that fit the pattern, a story Leanna told herself. In this clip, she's laughing while sharing how Travis used to drive her to parties, sit outside in the car for hours, and then pick her up when she was done. She even mentioned that he never complained or tried to stop her from drinking, even though he doesn't drink at all. This wasn't a rumor whispered in the shadows. This was her on camera, telling it with pride. The clip got paired with footage of her dancing and partying with friends, only fueling the theory that she was living her best life while staying disconnected from Travis's world. That's when the warnings really started stacking up, and they weren't just coming from random fans online. NFL vets, celebrities, and even comedians began publicly telling Travis to protect himself before it was too late. When that party story started making the rounds, the advice hit harder because it was coming from people who had actually been there. Coach Deion Sanders, and who knows all too well what public marriage drama feels like, didn't even try to hide his concern. On camera, he made it clear Travis should have locked in a prenup. Then comedian Godfrey jumped in and didn't pull a single punch. He flat out said Leanna only seemed interested after finding out about Travis's potential, and that her "he wasn't my type" moment was the biggest red flag in the whole situation. Former NFL wide receiver Dez Bryant also weighed in, and he didn't sugarcoat a thing. He told Travis directly, "She loves the attention way more than you. She thinks she's your equal. There's a woman out there who will make your life easy and respect you. She's just a headache."
The first thing that ever stood out to me about Travis was that he never tried to change me at all. So like I said, I met him in college. He was in high school, and I obviously I was in the middle of outgrowing partying, but I still partied a lot. And I don't know if y'all know this, but he doesn't drink at all. Even though he's legal to drink, he doesn't drink. And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila in my veins. So I drink. I don't drink a lot, but I drink. And I used to party and stuff. And he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside partying, and then take a.
And just when the conversation was already on fire, Bow Wow stepped into the mix with a warning that went viral for all the wrong reasons. He didn't bother speaking in code. He outright called out her public thirsting over other men and told Travis to wake up. The way he said it had people reposting it nonstop. These weren't internet trolls or jealous haters, and these were industry veterans who'd seen it all before, practically begging him not to repeat their mistakes. But instead of listening, Travis clapped back, hard. When Godfrey spoke up, Travis fired off in the comments, "You know her? Number so don't speak on my relationship. You old as hell. Move on with your life." When Dez Bryant's warning blew up online, Travis didn't respond directly, but his other posts made it clear he wasn't entertaining anybody's advice. Travis even stepped up to defend that $sign tattoo, the one fans swore was a walking prenup loophole. He claimed it had nothing to do with money at all, saying Leanna just liked Lil Wayne, but by this point his explanations weren't calming anybody down. They were only giving the internet more reasons to keep digging, and while he was busy clapping back at every critic, the real red flag was already locked in place, the state they got married in and the laws that could make this $40 million payout a reality. By May 2025, Travis had heard every warning possible, and still ignored them all. He went all in, walking down the aisle with Leanna anyway. But instead of shutting the critics up, the wedding gave them even more to talk about. One clip from the reception had people convinced she actually dodged a kiss from him. Fans noticed that not a single photo or video from the celebration showed a clear, genuine kiss between them. And here's the exact moment they're talking about, the one fueling the theory that something was already off. Then came the wedding gift reveal. Travis went all out, surprising Leanna with a brand new Mercedes G-Wagon, a $500,000 present. Most brides would have been screaming, crying, or jumping into their partner's arms, but her reaction, cold, detached, and almost bored. The clip shows her barely reacting as he says, "Come on, let's do it, woo." It was the opposite of the over-the-top joy people expected from a $500,000 surprise, and after the big day, Travis and Leanna didn't ride the newlywed wave like most public couples do. Instead, they pulled a complete vanishing act. The couple who once built their brand on sharing every milestone suddenly turned off the comments on all their social media accounts and stopped posting about each other altogether.
I'm gonna keep letting him play all of them. Same tats too. A eater! Ain't no way. 3 years ago, they've been together for 5 years. That's that same tat. And my boy in that bitch putting her to work. Ain't no way.
Once the silence hit, the speculation went into overdrive. With no updates, no lovey-dovey posts, and no public appearances together, fans started creating their own timelines of what might have gone wrong. Some claimed they'd spotted Leanna at events solo, smiling and chatting without her wedding ring in sight. Others swore they'd seen Travis in Florida training like nothing had happened, but noticeably without his wife by his side. Then the rumors really picked up when a fan posted screenshots showing Leanna had quietly removed Travis's last name from her social media bio. It wasn't an official statement, but in the age of online sleuths, it was basically a flare in the night sky. Within hours, threads were filling up with side-by-side comparisons of her old profile versus the new stripped-down version. To make things even spicier, a clip began circulating of Leanna at a friend's birthday dinner. In the short video, she's laughing, clinking glasses, and dancing to the music. But when someone jokingly asks about Travis, her smile freezes and she quickly changes the subject. That little shift in her expression was all the internet needed to claim there was trouble brewing. Meanwhile, Travis seemed to be sending his own silent messages. His training videos suddenly had captions like "locked in" and "focus only on the grind," which fans took as coded shots at the relationship drama. Some even pointed out he'd unfollowed several of Leanna's close friends, a small move that caused a massive stir online. By this point, every tiny move from either side was being magnified 100 times over. A like here, an unfollow there, a missing ring in one photo. All of it added to the theory that the honeymoon phase had crashed before it even started. And with that $40 million figure still hanging over everything, people were convinced this silence wasn't just a quiet season. It was the calm before a very expensive storm. The calm didn't last long. The first public crack in their picture-perfect image hit like a thunderclap.
Come on, let's do it!
Out of nowhere, Leanna went live on Instagram late one Friday night. She didn't call Travis out by name, but the comment section exploded as she spoke in circles about people switching up and energy not matching actions. The stream only lasted a few minutes, but that was enough for it to be screen recorded and reposted everywhere within the hour. Fans immediately flooded her live with questions, asking if she and Travis were still together. She dodged them all, instead dropping cryptic lines like, "Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance," and "Not everyone is built to ride with you." To most, it sounded like a breakup speech without the word breakup ever being said. The very next day, Travis posted his own not-so-subtle message on his Instagram story, a black screen with the words, "The real ones stay silent, the clowns perform." No names, no tags, but everyone knew exactly who he was aiming at. It was the first time the tension between them had spilled out in such a public, undeniable way. To make things worse, paparazzi-style photos surfaced just days later showing Travis leaving a restaurant with two of his teammates and no wedding ring on his hand. That small detail became the headline of every gossip page for the next week. Meanwhile, Leanna was spotted at a brunch with friends, wearing a bold red dress and smiling like nothing was wrong, except eagle-eyed fans noticed she too had ditched her ring. At this point, it wasn't just gossip blogs covering the drama. Sports talk shows and pop culture podcasts were debating the future of their marriage like it was a playoff game. And with that $40 million divorce number still hanging in the air, the narrative shifted fast. People weren't just asking if they'd split, they were betting on when it would happen. The rumors finally turned into reality when court documents hit the internet, and they hit hard. Early one morning, a gossip page dropped screenshots allegedly showing that Leanna had officially filed for divorce in Tennessee. The paperwork listed irreconcilable differences as the reason, but it was the numbers that stole the spotlight. The filing reportedly outlined a request for spousal support that lined up almost perfectly with that rumored $40 million figure everyone had been whispering about for months. Within hours, the screenshots were everywhere. Twitter threads, Instagram reels, even sports news outlets that usually stick to game stats were now dissecting marriage law in Tennessee. The detail that had fans in a frenzy? The documents also mentioned lifestyle maintenance, a clause that, if granted, could mean Leanna would still live at the same high standard as during the marriage, even without Travis in the picture. And then came the leaks. Someone claimed to have inside info from a friend of the family saying the split had been brewing since before the wedding, and that Travis had ignored multiple warnings to slow things down. Another account alleged that heated arguments had broken out over finances and public image, with both sides accusing the other of disrespect. Travis didn't confirm or deny the filing, but he posted a photo of himself at the Jaguars practice facility with the caption, "Everything is business, no distractions."
I think he done got married on us and ain't told nobody.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet. I like it.
Because I'm going to do your prenup for you. It's going to be about this thick.
Fans saw it as his way of saying he was locking in on football, but plenty noticed the comment section was a war zone between supporters and critics. Meanwhile, Leanna kept her posts upbeat, brunch dates, outfit pics, and motivational quotes, but all with comments turned off. The contrast between their public images only made the story hotter. At this point, it wasn't just a messy celebrity breakup, it was shaping up to be one of the most expensive rookie-year divorces the NFL had ever seen. To some, their silence looked like they were just protecting their peace. But to others, especially the ones who'd been side-eyeing this marriage from the start, it felt like they were hiding something big. That's when the online detectives went to work, pulling every old clip, every suspicious reaction, and every viral moment we've already talked about, treating them like evidence that this thing was doomed from day one. The quiet didn't kill the speculation, it supercharged it. With no new content to pick apart, TikTok and Reddit kept recycling the same red flag moments. The Heisman night clip, the $ tattoo, the not my type interview, keeping their names trending for all the wrong reasons. And just when the noise was finally starting to fade, Leanna threw herself right back into the spotlight. Out of nowhere, she posted a video of herself crying. No caption, no context, just her visibly upset on camera. It dropped right in the middle of that recycled backlash, and within hours, the comment section was flooded with people predicting divorce. What made the timing even wilder? That tearful post lined up exactly with the number everyone had been whispering about for months. The number that, if the rumors are true, could turn this breakup into one of the most expensive rookie-year divorces in NFL history.